Hello, my name is Tammy McCockerty. We are coming at you from CFB Kingston today. I'm going to bring you through a yoga class that hopefully gets into the hip opening, a little bit more of the oblique training, but I want to be efficient with your time. So allowing you to be able to spend that 30 minutes to focus in and take a nice deep breath, but allow you to still train your body as you see. A couple things to keep in mind for your safety. Please ensure to read the full disclosure located on the screen or below this video before you start any virtual training. Please play your own music. It really helps to bring your atmosphere, your focus, and your breath into that control zone. If you have any goals you're setting for today, kind of set that focus right now so that you're able to enjoy the moment, but be able to keep with it. So this objective for this class will be that deep breath each and every time, kind of being aware of the head to toe of the body. If you wish to start in a relaxing position, feel free to do so. However, for the sake of the class, we're going to take it down to the ground level. If you find you need a little bit more cushion, feel free to fold the mat and even give it a little bit more of a fold depending on where you're at. We're going to start in a hero's pose. So beginning with that deep breath, inhale the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, blow the air out. Deep breath once again. Clearing the mind, any to-dos, anything that's taking your focus away from it, just clear it, let those go. Clasp the hands over top, pointing the fingers, and just allow yourself to lean to the left. Inhale, exhale. On your natural deep breath, bring it back to center. Exhale, float the arms down. All the way down. Good, deep breath, inhale. As you come up, bring the arms overhead again, eyes following the fingertips. Exhale, lower right down. Bringing your heels and your hamstrings together. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Good, nice power. Inhale, come all the way up. Shifting those eyes a little bit further if you feel comfortable. Eyes to neutral and arms lower down and away. Good, one more time with that deep breath. Reaching up, place your toes into the mat, finding a little bit of stretch here. If you wish, bringing the hands to the lower back, supporting the back, roll the shoulders back, and just allow the crown of the head to release, open up through the throat, chin to the chest, arms release, sinking back down, finding a little bit of a stretch. You can reach back to your heels here, open up through the shoulders, put some weight into those toes so you're feeling that stretch in the arch of the feet. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Extending your left leg outside of the mat here. Sometimes if you need to roll into the hip, feel free to find a little bit of movement here. From here, just going to glide that left arm down as we find extension overhead with the right. Good. Bring it back down. Bring that arm overhead. Left arm now reaches. Good. In a windmill style motion, find that movement as you find the extension and reach. Good, bringing that to a knee bend to a 90-90 on both legs. Just find a little bit of motion here, keeping your heel in contact with the ground or the mat, just kind of leaning into that movement, gliding now out towards the pinky, and then gliding in towards the big toe, really keeping the heel set to the ground. A little bit of focus on mobility here at the ankle joint. Good. Bringing it both back to that hero's pose, toes into the mat, or back down onto the heels with your glutes and raise up over top. Exhale, lower down. Extending the opposite leg now. Remember, if you need to, roll into the hip, find a little bit of movement here in the hip joint. And when you're ready, glide that right arm down the leg as the left opens up through the side of the body. Exhale, reaching the right arm now overhead. Good, that windmill motion, reaching over top. And finding that breath as you move through the range of motion. One more time. Good. Bring it to that kneeling position. If you wish, relaxing your back toe. And once again, keeping the heel in contact with the ground. Gliding the knee forward. Tracking outside towards the pinky side of the toe. And now in towards the big toe. Mobility, both opening up through the hip, but keeping the ankle down. Heel contacting the floor. Good. Back to that hero's pose. I'm going to turn to the side so that I can walk you through a little bit more of that motion. If you wish, you can keep the mat overlapping. So you're going to extend once again. Left leg, reaching over top, open up through the right side of the body, glide a little further down. This time, planting the hand onto the ground, raising that left leg up and left arm reaches up to the sky. Good, adding a little bit of fluid movement. Good, trying to make that nice T-shape hold here. Good, fluid. And this is referred to as gate pose. Into our side, supported side plank. One last time, reaching overhead. You can even open up a little bit here through that shoulder, just drawing a circle on the ceiling. If you need to support or place the foot down, do so. Just really open up through that chest, find extension here. Find movement, find your breath. Overhead, reaching, pointing that toe. Remember, yoga is a lot about those opposites, so extension, body working in the two different directions. Grazing up, nice and slow. Back to that kneeling position, extend the opposite leg. Remember, find a little bit of movement here. If the hip still feels a little tight, extend the right arm down the right leg, left arm over top. Good, when you're ready, hand just next to the knee, just a little bit further so you create that T position, holding. Good, gliding back over, sliding down. Good, finding a little bit of fluid movement here. Hold, engage the side of the body, really reach up. And gate pose, extending. And back down, raise up. If you wish, you can lower that foot down, or for more of a challenge, keep it raised. Reach overhead, and once again, find that movement at the shoulder. Open up beyond neutral, extend, reach behind. Good. Hold and raise. Lower back down. Hero's pose, once again, kneeling. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale. Good. If you wish to maintain that position, remember, folded mat for a little bit more cushion. We're still going to open up through the back. So clasping the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. If you have any neck injuries, just very gently, carefully, just changing your gaze to an upward gaze. Open up, actively engage that lower back. Chin to the chest, protect the neck. Release the arms. Once again, bringing the toes into the mat. You can reach back for your heels. If this is as far as you can go, please stay there. Once again, releasing the neck where you feel comfortable. Good. Inhale, come out. Exhale, lower down. Taking it to that all-fours position on the mat. You can center yourself on the mat. Good. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Extend and reach. Really hold. Good. Draw the elbow to the knee. Engage the core. Feel that nice tightening. And extend. Good. Let's repeat that again. Engage the core. Draw the abdominals in tight. Exhale. Blow all your oxygen out. Inhale. Release. Exhale. Inhale. One last time. And extend and reach. Good. Bringing that hand and knee back down to the mat. Take a moment here. Setting back onto your heels into that child's pose. Relax the shoulders down. Practice that deep breathing, really pressing back. Good. Walk the hands underneath the chest, back into that tabletop position, but we're going to bring it all the way up into that hero's pose. But we're going to add a little bit of arm rotation. So you're going to reach the right arm to the mid-back and left arm as high as you can travel it up into the middle of the back. Exhale, release, changing the top arm. Bring it between the shoulder blades. If you have any limitations in the shoulder, just be very gentle. That's where I find my limitations exist. However, you want to try to still stretch and release. Good, one last time. Back extending. Reach over top. Travel that hand to down the shoulder blades and the opposite hand, palm facing away from the body. Change. Opposite arm, overhead. Lower back position with the hand. And release. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower back down to our tabletop position. Opposite arm, opposite leg than last time. For me, it will be the left arm and right leg. Extend. And draw knee into the chest. Extend. Find that strength, reaching in opposite directions. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Contract. Draw those 2 points together. Reach and extend. One last time. Extend. Good. Taking it back to the tabletop position. Going into that lateral position once again. So extend the left leg out to the side. You can flex the foot this time. Finding a little bit of space here, just kind of moving around. If you have tight hips, take a second here to kind of find the position. You're going to do that cat-cow sequence with a bit of an extended leg. So finding that stretch gets a little deeper in there. So once again, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Placing your weight on your right hand. We're going to add that extension again. Really open up. This one is a nice controlled movement where you can really go beyond neutral. Eyes to the ceiling. Good. For a little bit of a balance challenge, put your weight back onto the knee and extend that right arm out to the side, holding and bringing it back in. Changing over, opposite leg now. Right leg, remember the flex at the ankle. Try to find some movement here. If you have any tightness in the hips, take a second to move. Just kind of rolling that hip in the joint. Good, cat-cow sequence. Exhale, blow all the oxygen out, drawing your belly button to the spine. Inhale, eyes looking up, allow the lower back to sway and create that motion arching. Exhale once again. Inhale. Exhale. One last time at your own pace with your own breath. Good. Bring that left hand about center of the mat or where you feel like you can balance your weight. Extend the right arm up to the ceiling and beyond, eyes following. Good. Add a rotation, reach and extend. One more time. Good. Plant that hand onto the mat. Put your weight into the knee that's supporting you and extend the left arm, right leg into a flying-like position. Good. Bring it all back into the mat and sink back for a moment into that child's pose once again. Relax your forehead down to the mat. Take it back to that deep breathing sequence. Inhale through the nose. Hold at the top and then exhale through the mouth. Good. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Find a little bit of movement here if you wish. Toes underneath. And hero's pose all the way up. Good. Add a bit of a back rotation, so come all the way through, open up. You can go back onto your heels, explode all the way up, raise and reach, and rotate back and through. Good. All the way up. Good. Bring it to that 90-90 once again. This time we're going to extend the leg. And you're going to still continue with that sequence. This time rock forward and then rock back. Rocking all the way forward and back into the hamstring. Just finding a fluid movement here that's comfortable to you. Sink a little lower, hold that stretch. Good. Bring that knee underneath you, changing to the opposite leg now. 90-90 to begin. All the way up and extend, point the toe down, rocking forward in and rock it back, lower. Wherever you feel comfortable, if it's hard on the knee or wherever we have that double mat option, as well as we're sitting a little bit more onto the shin, give that knee a little bit of a break. All the way up, all the way back. Good. As you rock, come all the way into our mountain pose, so top of the mat. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, we're going to float down, lowering. If you need a little bit more control and support, place the hands onto the quads. But come down to where you feel comfortable. Soften the backs of the knees if you need a little bit more time to still warm up those hamstrings. Good. Go a little bit lower if you can. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms over top. Half moon pose, placing the fingertips together. You can point or hold the hands And just allow that hip to shift to the left. Inhale. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, open up, really feel that opening in the shoulder joint. Inhale, fingertips touch at the top. Dive forward, bringing your chest over top of those legs. Lower all the way down. Inhale, roll all the way up. And big arms overhead. Float the arms down and away. Good, widen your stance at the top of the mat where you still are. Find a little bit of a rotational movement here. Feel free to release the toe, or the heel I should say, off the mat so that you find that rotation through the midsection, twisting through the spine, but still controlling the movement, very light, relaxed. One last time. Good. Excellent. Bring the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold down onto the mat. If you can, fingertips to the mat, or if you need to, soften the knees. Walk back out. Plank position, please. If not, modified position. Holding that position. Now hold a little bit longer. Good. And lower to the mat. Good. Rolling onto your right side. Reach back. If you have a hard time, bring the knee right into the chest. You're going into a quad stretch here. Holding that foot. Press the hip forward. If you're more comfortable, stacking or laying the head down. Roll that shoulder back. Open up through the chest. Good. Releasing nice and slow and controlled. Bring yourself to your belly. And when you're ready, take and extend the opposite arm. Grabbing the top of the foot, draw the knee into the chest, and then roll onto the other side. Good, release that foot back down to that belly position, working the lower back here. So either hands just directly under the shoulders. Next level of intensity, bring the hands forward or fully reaching, raise up. To raise up the lower body, engage the quads, glutes to hold that position. Choose your difficulty, holding and release. Good, rolling onto the side of the body. Right here, you can bring that top leg over top. We're gonna work a little bit of the inner thigh. Just flexing the foot, raise the foot up, hold for a moment, and then lower back down. Reach, hold, raise. Good. Going back to our warm-up position. So if you would like to bend the bottom leg, stacking yourself into that side plank position. So this is option level number 1. All right, staggered stance. Number 2, remember, open up the hips. Number 3, and full out 4. So choose your level, work at it, holding, raise the hips up, squaring the hips out. Good. Once again, that reach to the front of the mat, hold, and back up. Good. Walking it back either to the plank position for more intensity. Remember, you can go to the kneeling, cat-cow for a full recovery here. But when you're ready, kick the foot out, take it to the side plank, opposite side. Remember, you have options. Staggered stance. stacked. The side's not as strong for me. Or raised. You choose. Holding. Hip up. Hold it open. Good. Rotate back. Either into plank, modified plank, and lower down to the mat. Back into that engaging of the lower back. So if you're here, feel free to move the hands a little bit further, or full extension, or reaching. Good, adding a little bit of movement here. Open up, touch to the outside of the mat, but still hovering over top. Draw it back, squeeze the shoulder blades, eyes looking downward, still protecting the neck. Good. Holding and release. Good, taking it to flying cat. So you're going to take it to that all fours position. If you want to take it back right down to the mat with our start position, we're going to go back into that quad stretch. In order to do flying cat, kick that right foot out. Balance your weight on that right arm. Knee into the chest. Grasping the top of the foot. Open up the shoulder and look up to the ceiling. Deep breath here. Good. Eyes to neutral. Release the foot. Remember, you can go to plank for a little bit more of that core challenge. Hold here for a moment. Modified plank. Or all fours. To transition over to the other side. Kicking the left foot out. Put your weight onto that hand, same leg. Knee into the chest. And open up. Remember, eliminate the balance by keeping your eyes neutral. Open up through the hip. And eyes to neutral. If you've changed your gaze, release your foot and rotate back. Plank position for the more challenge to the core. Holding here, lower down. One last time, engaging the lower back. Choose your level of difficulty. Ready and raise. Add that movement. Hold, eyes to the, looking to the floor. Reach to the outside of the mat. Draw the shoulder blades in, holding here. Release, hold. So you're just hovering as you glide out to the outside of the mat with the feet. Hands over top. It's got reverse angel. And release. Good, taking that to a relaxing pose. So you can look to the right or to the left. Just cradle your chin in your hands. Deep breath. Good. So if you have a hard time, once again, with this next quad stretch, doing it from the prone position can be challenging. You're going to reach back, grabbing the top of the foot, and you're going to stay in that forward position. And this is level 1, okay? Feel free to stick with this level. You can take it back to flying cat for a little more challenge. Level 2, reaching back. So I'm not right there yet, but feel free to grab your second foot, holding that position, and then eventually raising up. Push into that hand with your foot. Hold. Couple deep breaths here, releasing that quad.
Release the foot to the mat. Looking in the opposite direction, cradle the face. And breathing here for one more full deep breath. Good. If you've done both and you want to go back to that movement, grabbing both the toes. If you did a signal like I did, reaching the left arm out, grabbing the right ankle, roll back into that prone position, push into the hand, engage the quad no matter which version you're doing. Holding here, activate the quad. Another deep breath and release. Good, relaxing down one last time, full deep breath here. Crazy hair. Good, placing the hands underneath the shoulders. Shift back, we'll go with a wide-legged position here for our child's pose, a little bit of an active one. Sit back, then draw your hips down to the ground, and then find some movement here so you can really open up through the hips, sink the head down between the shoulders. Good, flare the feet out to the side, hips lower down. Good, movement through this range of motion at your own pace. Do a couple more. Wherever you feel any tightness, take a moment there. Good. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, knees onto the mat. Remember, if you feel like you'd like that extra protection for the knees or a little bit more cushion, taking it again to hero's pose, add the toes underneath, inhale, raise up. Good. Lower the right hand back to the heel if you wish. Open up a little bit more. Good. Exhale, raise that arm back up. Deep breath, sit back onto the toes. Inhale up. Extend the opposite arm now back. Left arm to that left heel. Reaching still to the sky. Inhale up. Now if you do feel comfortable taking it right back, or try it with the toes in contact with the mat, you can choose, give it a try. If today's not your day, that's okay. We're not here to push you anywhere you need to go, but only to direct you. Try your version, reach it back, or arms reaching. Inhale up. Exhale, lower back onto the legs. Good. Roll the shoulders back here. Find some movement at the neck. Look to the right, to the left. Deep breath, one last time. Hero's pose all the way up. Reach through the one hand, find that extension to the bow pose in a different variation. Reach. Exhale, lower. Good. Bring yourself all the way down to the seated position. Center yourself in the mat, taking it into the relaxation portion of it. And just before you go into that, just keeping in mind, you want to find that balance in the body. So as you relax down, you can bring your feet to the mat if you wish to roll out. Nice and slow and controlled. Widen your stance. Feel free to take up as much space as you can, even beyond the mat itself. Take a deep breath here. Practicing that deep breath. Inhale for 4. At the top of that breath, hold the breath in. Holding for 4 count. Exhale. And relaxing head to toe. So walk yourself through that relaxing. If you feel any tightness where we work today, or just where you generally store your stress or tension, mentally focus for a moment there and relax and release. Good. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Bringing that consciousness back into the muscles. If you wish, bringing the soles of the feet back to the mat. Just a little bit of movement here. Roll to the left side of your mat, dropping your knees to the floor and bringing yourself up nice and slowly to that seated position. Good. Sitting up nice and tall. Extend through the spine. Movement through the neck just to get yourself back all straightened out. Remember, if you sustained any injury during the session, please fill out a CF98. We invite you to comment feedback. We thank you for your views. And if you'd like to subscribe to our channel, don't forget to hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, we're here for you. We want to lead you down those goals that you've set. When you're ready, sitting up nice and tall, we'll begin or end our practice with Namaste. Arms over top. As you exhale out, bring those hands to your chest, leaning forward. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a great day.
PSP Kingston, the health and wellness provider for the military community.